Reading to babies is also a great way to immerse them in sounds and rhythms of speech, which is crucial for their language development. Hi everyone, welcome to the Big Blue Sky and to another episode of Raising Readers series. If you have not checked out my previous videos in this series, do check them out as well. I am talking about how to start a reading routine with your baby, about using book as substitutes to phones and other mobile gadgets, what kind of books you should start with. You can click for them from the cards on top and the links are also in the descriptions, so be sure to check them out as well. So, as you have decided to read to your child or with your child, don't get disappointed if he or she does not sit through a whole story, especially if they are babies under the age of 1. The idea is not for them to learn the story or even understand what you're reading. It is for them to see, watch you engage with the book, and see that you are really enjoying the process. At the very least, a child watches you turn the page, your expressions, how they change, your change in your tone or pitch as you go through the book. And that is all there is to it. So I get a lot of questions about what to read to a child at what age and how we continue to engage them as they grow. So what is the best age to start reading? It's never too early to start a reading routine with your baby. I personally started a reading routine with my child when he was maybe 6 or 7 months old, but I know of people who have started way before that. And when you pick books for babies below 6 months, you can pick books that have no words and big pictures with bright or high contrast colors because their vision is still developing. So you can pick books that have interactive stuff such as puppets, mirrors or peepholes. See, at this point, the objective is not comprehension. They don't need to understand what you're reading. Of course, you know that babies cannot understand anything what you're saying or they don't know how to engage with the book in any way. But at this age, it's all about your tone of the voice, your physical presence while you read and cuddle with them. A parent or grandparent, when they are physically in contact with the baby, your touch, your voice, gives a lot of comfort and enjoyment to your babies. 7 to 12 months. See, at this age, kids have started becoming familiar with some everyday objects in their life. They may understand some words like papa, mama, daddy, milk or fan or doggy. So the opportunity to reinforce these vocabulary with these kids through reading. So at this age, I would say pick books that have only 1 or max 2 pictures per page, very limited text, that too in big font. Point to these pictures as you read their names. It helps them realize that illustrations stand for real things. Act out whenever possible. Sound excited. Read it as a song if you like. At this point, the child has started to connect with books. So your enthusiasm will definitely get the child motivated to come back to these books. Make sure that you are reading slowly. Don't be in a hurry to read all the words from the book and move on from page to page. At times, you don't even need to read what is written on the book. You can simply use your own words, your own language, mother tongue, as you point out the illustrations or objects in the book. Exclaim when you see something that your child likes. Now, for example, your baby loves milk, and if you see a picture of a milk bottle in the book, show that genuine excitement to your child. That is how you bring about the joy in them, and not by reading words one after the other and just getting done with the book. 1 to 1.5 years. Now, you can begin to introduce books with a sentence or 2 per page. Remember, at this stage also, the sillier you act when you read the story, the better. For instance, if you are reading about animals, make animal noises. Don't be shy. Your baby will think it's really funny, and soon what happens? He will also moo or ba back to you, and that's a real progress that both of you have made. Now, don't just be like, oh, you sit there and listen and I will do all the reading. It's not a lecture hall and it's definitely not a punishment that your child has to endure. So you must invite participation by asking questions like, what does the dog say? Or do you see the cat? Ask your baby to point to real life examples of what is pictured in the book. Like, where is your nose? You see a nose here? Where is your nose? This is your nose. At this age, you can show more pictures of things that your baby doesn't encounter in his or her everyday life. And that's how they get exposure to new things like a cactus or an aeroplane, the vocabulary that they don't have at this point in time. That's how they build new vocabulary. Also, when they are almost 1.5 years old, your baby may be able to answer questions with a word. So give her opportunities by asking, what is that? And if she answers, encourage that. Clap, exclaim, say, good job. This will for sure motivate them and they will look forward to contributing more to your reading time. This will increase their confidence level and boost self-esteem. Yes, a 2-year-old has self-esteem. And now, once you have asked them what this picture is and they've answered it correctly, you can even expand on their thoughts and say, oh yes, car, that's a big green car. And that's how you will help add more words to their vocabulary, and it'll also help them understand their world around them better. And if they don't answer your question correctly, that's fine. Just tell them that what the right answer is and just move on. You don't need to scold your child or you don't need to feel disappointed. It's something that the children will start getting right eventually. 19 to 24 months, you may have noticed that kids love patterns, right? They love routines. Most of the time, they thrive on predictability. Many toddlers find the familiar routine of reading very reassuring and calming. So when this is done every day for past several months, they will really start looking forward to the reading routine by now. The same goes with familiar books. They know what to expect from these books. They know what's coming next. They like how you act out that part in the book, or they can make that sound of cow. This helps explain why, starting about 18 months, children may ask for the same book over and over and over, and why they won't let you change your reading performance by a single meow or a vroom, and they want it exactly how they want it to be. And that's a good thing too, because it shows the bond that they have made with that piece of literature, and that's a progress. So don't get annoyed or bored when you have to read the same story again and again. Just see them as opportunities to bond with them and expand their thoughts. To bring some novelty to the routine, what you can do is doing something different after the reading. Let's say after the story time, maybe once you can ask your child to point out certain things in the book. Sometimes it can be asking, so here this dog is this boy's friend? Who is your friend? Or where is your mama? Right? Or it can even be identifying objects around you in the room that has the same color as the one that you see in the book. So there are many things that you can do after the actual reading is done, and more growth will come as a result of this interaction. Well, I think we covered a lot in this video. Do let me know if you have any questions. I love to answer them, and I'll see you next week. Take care.